Today we have on with us Nick Vaseloff. He's one of our students that came to us just a few months back, right? He came to us. I think Nick wasn't even, we're going to get into his story, but he was just freshly licensed this year, okay? So what we're trying to do is show you today what is possible with hard work, dedication, and the right process. All right, guys? Nick is new to the state of Florida, right? Never been in real estate before April this year. So let's talk about a little bit how his, what his journey has been like. So Nick, welcome. Good to have you, my man.
What's up, buddy? Good to be here, man. Thanks.
Oh man, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Who knew that when we met a year ago, I think it was a year ago this month, right? That we'd be having this conversation a year later, right?
It was this month. That's right.
Yeah. Funny story. So Nick and I met at a mastermind program last year and we stayed in touch. And at one point early this year, he said, you know what? I'm moving to Florida and I'd really like to get my real estate license because I see so much opportunity. I'm like, brother, I got you. So Nick, so let's talk about it. What was your timeline of this year? When did you take your real estate like the test and everything?
Yeah, so I took my license exam the last week of March.
Okay.
And then I got active with EXP the next week.
Okay.
And that's when I reached out to you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. Because I remember you said, listen, I got some things I got to figure out, whatever. Let me reach out to you after I get my license and everything. Awesome. Cool.
Yeah.
So from there, I know you had some other things in life going on, having moved to a new state and everything. And I remember you saying to me, like July 1st is really my goal, right? I want to come in, I want to hit the ground running on July 1st, right? So mind you guys, he got licensed in March. He hung his license in April, and by July 1st, started prospecting. So what was that like? Like, was it intimidating when you first came into the business?
Of course, always, I feel like, even when you're talking to someone for me anyways, I can only speak for myself, talking to someone you don't know and, not knowing how they're going to respond to you and whatnot, it always is, maybe a little bit nerve wracking.
Sure.
And so coming in, starting the calls, I just really knew that was going to be a part of it. And so I just told myself I kind of had to let go of my ego a little bit and just, knew I was going to have to take some punches initially. Right.
Yep.
And so the main thing was just following what you said, just get the research done, in the proper way, and then hop on the phone.
That's it. And then how did that turn out? Like, when you started picking up the phone and using our format and using our 9-step system, what was that like within the first couple of weeks?
Oh, it was amazing. I mean, I got a listing meeting the first week. So as a brand new agent, you picked up the phone to the right person with the right script, and you booked a listing appointment the first week on the Friday. So I can't remember if it was Tuesday or Monday or Wednesday that I actually had talked to the person, but I booked the first appointment. I remember it was a Friday.
Okay. So for those of you out there that already have been in the business a couple of years, okay, there are zero excuses. Nick was 4 days into the business and he got his first listing appointment. In fact, type Friday in the chat, both on Facebook or on Zoom, if you would like to be able to pick up a script Monday, Tuesday of a week, like today or tomorrow, and have your first listing appointment to come Friday. Type up Friday in the chat for me, guys. Just let me know, if I'm talking to the right audience here. Scott's with me, Randall's with me, Keith's with me. Okay, Race, Elise. Okay, cool. Okay, but did you have immediate success? Like, did you bang it out of the park that Friday and just start making millions of dollars?
No. So,
okay, good.
Glad. Yeah, no, but I consistently got meetings every week.
Love it. Okay.
Every week I was getting meetings. Up until this moment right now, I've had close to 20 meetings.
Love it. Okay. And you're about a little more than 90 days in. Am I correct?
This will be my first week after this. So a whole quarter 3, I've committed to the program and the dialing. And so one whole quarter. And then, this is the first week, Q4. So
love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay. So you are officially 90 days into using our 9-step process.
Yeah.
Okay,
yes.
cool.
Yes.
So if I'm hearing you right, if you're already 20 appointments in, you took your first appointment your very first week. Okay. Next week, another appointment?
Yeah. The next week I got 2.
Okay. And the following week?
One.
And the following week?
It's probably one. I mean, it's about one. It was about 1 or 2 a week.
Okay.
Meetings. Yeah.
And then that's what we talk about. You've heard me say it before. In fact, I think when we hopped on, how many of you guys would want the because Nick's on pace for this right now. Okay. How many of you guys type a 24 in the chat if you guys would like to take 24 listings in the next 12 months? Go ahead and type a 24. Oh, wow. That was quick. Okay. We got Tori, we got Katya, we got Brian, we got Raj, we got Randall. Okay, guys, Nick is a brand new agent, started July 1st, and he is on pace for 24 listings. This is how it's done. You'd book 3 meetings a week. Okay. Obviously your first month or two, it's going to take you a little while to get up and going, but you book 3 meetings a week. That's 6 every other week. That's if you just take 1 out of 6 meetings turns into a listing. That's 2 per month. That's 24 per year. Does that make sense? Right? I said, Doug Brown says, we'd be happy with 12. Let's shoot a little higher. Okay. 24. Keith said, hey, what's up, Keith? Keith says 240. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay, cool. But well, I don't want to hijack the story. So you're coming along, you're taking 1 to 2 meetings per week, your very first month in real estate. Okay. Did you get a little frustrated at times?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you're like, you're wanting to see quick results. And so, yeah, definitely, experience a little bit of that. I wanted to tell myself I was trusting the process, and believing in, what I, saw, you expressed and stuff in the program, but definitely, it's always when you're waiting. I mean, patience is of the essence. And so, but I was excited because I was at least getting into the meetings. That was giving me some inspiration. What you told me would happen was happening by following the process. So I was feeling good with that.
Love it. Okay. So when you said what I told you what was happening, what was that specifically?
Is that if you do the dials, you'll get the meetings, and then you'll be able to follow up.
Okay. Cool.
Which that's what I was doing.
Exactly. And when do you follow up and how often?
So at least every Friday.
Okay. Cool. And who do you follow up with?
The people that I had the listing meetings with.
Love it. Okay, cool. So he's booking 1 to 2 meetings a week. Every Friday, he's following up. You guys good with this so far? We're giving you the formula. We're giving you the framework. Okay. Now, Nick, along those lines. So that was month 1. What happened month 2?
The beginning of I think it was a Friday. So Friday the 11th, August the 11th.
Okay.
The same guy that I had my very first meeting with. This is pretty cool.
Okay.
My very first meeting became my very, very first listing.
Love it. Love it. 41 days into dialing, right? You said it was the 11th from the 1st of July? Okay.
Yeah.
41 days into the program, you got your first listing. Love it. Okay. And just out of curiosity, what size was that? Like,
it's pretty good. I mean, it's 990, almost $1 million at 5%. So almost, it could be a $50,000 commission if I get both sides.
Okay, guys, do that math. Type 990 times 0.05%. Put that in the chat. I'm just curious what that number is because I don't know that math off the top of my head. Let's just see. So for Nick, 41 days into commercial real estate, this is the potential commission. Okay, we got 49.5. We got 45. Which is it? Where's it? Okay, not bad. Not bad. 49.5. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay, now we're talking, guys. So Nick, you took that first listing, and then what happened?
And then I got another listing.
How soon after that?
It was about 2 weeks later.
Okay. All right. And what was it? What were the action steps that you took that contributed to that success?
And just staying persistent, just to keep calling back, just to keep staying on, on just getting more touch points, getting more familiar with it. Yeah.
Love it. And how many dials are you making a day? Like how many hours are you spending? Like you spending like 8 hours a day calling people?
No, absolutely not. Initially, just to like kind of showcase like how I started with my cell phone.
Okay.
I have a dialer now, but I started with the first 6 weeks, the first half, I only used my cell phone.
Love it.
I didn't start using the dialer till after about 2 months. So it was taking me a little more time, but I was still, I was getting anywhere between 50 and 100 dials at the high end, but consistently around 60, 70, a lot of 70 days.
Okay.
So definitely between 50 and 70.
Okay. Got it. So,
And it takes me about 90 minutes. About 90 minutes.
90 minutes tops.
Yeah.
Okay. So
2 hours
90 minutes
max.
tops. Max. Okay.
Yeah.
50 to 70 dials, 5 days a week.
Yeah.
You didn't work weekends?
No,
Right.
no weekends. I mean, I heard the commercial was Monday through Friday. So that's
That's true. It's true.
Yeah.
How many of you guys would like to work Monday through Friday, make 90 minutes of dials a day, and pick up 1, 2, sometimes 3 meetings and start picking up listings about a month in? Yeah. Lativia says me. Okay, cool. Ray says me. Yep. Okay, cool. So did I hear 2 listings in month 2, or was there any more than that?
In month 2, in month 2, I got 2 listings total.
Okay.
So after month 2, I had 3 listings.
Okay. So by the end of the second month, you had your 3rd listing?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So now I'm just going to like put this in parentheses. 60 days into brokerage, he had 3 commercial listings, exclusive ones at that. Okay. Love it. Then you kept keeping on. What was your pace like? Did you miss any days?
I did. I got, once I got the listings, like I said, and being a brand new agent, I had some other priorities with EXP, some trainings I had to do to get through their mentor program. So be honest, like I said earlier, like the first 90 days was kind of a whirlwind, but I stayed focused on the prospecting and the expireds. I didn't really do a whole lot of other stuff besides what I was required to do by EXP to get through, they want you to go through a certain range of classes and stuff like that. So
for sure. Yeah. Whenever you're onboarding or whatever. Okay.
Yeah. So it was a lot, I was doing a lot, but I made sure to do the prospecting. And like I said, I missed a couple of days here and there, but I added up before I got on. I did 2,500 dials in 3 months.
Love it. 2,500 dials in 3 months. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And no more than 90 minutes a day.
No, every once in a while, we made it close to 2 hours, but around 90 minutes was the average.
Yeah, little coffee break, little take a break right there, because it is a lot having a headset on and going dial after dial. I get that.
Once I got the dialer, though, no, I'm doing 60 minutes. That was with the cell phone. That was just the cell phone. So with the dialer, 90 would be the max. I'm usually getting it done in 60.
Love it. Oh, then you were able to get 50 to 70 dials in with a dialer in 60 minutes.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay, cool. All right. So now here you are, a little more than 90 days into the program. Nick, how many exclusive listings do you have? This blows my mind, guys. I wish I had done this good when I
5.
5. Okay. So, and what is the total value of the inventory?
4 million.
4 million, just like that. Okay. So 90 days in, $4 million, the potential, and are they're at 5 and 6%?
They're all at 5.
They're all at 5. Okay.
Yeah.
That's totally fine. You know what? It's better than a sharp stick in the eye.
It's been a good number for me. I've been kind of rolling with it.
That's okay.
I'll bump it up.
We'll show you how to get 7. I got some really great scripts around that.
Okay.
All right. Good. Okay. So what was your biggest takeaway? Like in terms of the process, in terms of the whole system, what was your biggest takeaway that led to your success?
My biggest takeaway that led to success is just staying on the dialer every day.
Okay. Yeah. And just getting in and getting your butt in the saddle and making
first thing in the morning. First thing. Yeah. So I thought of this, it's like every day I would have a sense of urgency around it.
Ooh. Hey guys, type urgency if you guys feel that too, right? You wake up in the morning, you got to get stuff done because that's what makes a good agent. I just read this thing about highly productive people, and Nick, you hit a key word, urgency. What was that like? What did that allow you to do with that urgency?
So I thought of it like this. I got to pick my kids up from school every day, and there's a sense of urgency of being there for them to pick them up. And so I use that same sense of urgency with the prospecting in the morning. So I'm thinking okay, this is how I feel if I wouldn't be able to get my kids. I need that and get to the school. So I use the same feeling. I create that same feeling inside of myself, and then I penetrate that energy towards the prospecting.
Love it. So you use that sense of duty, a sense of trying to needing to get something done because it's a high priority, and then channeling that into getting your dials done.
Yep.
Okay. Got it. Got it. And then what advice would you give to somebody else who's in a similar situation? Maybe they're on the residential side. Maybe they're a newer agent. Maybe they're a commercial agent that's been in for a few years, but doesn't have their process dialed in. What advice would you give them?
I would say, what's your priorities? Where is your time getting spent at? What are the things that you're doing? What are they giving you return on investment?
Okay.
If what you've been doing isn't working or it's not successful, then maybe it's time to venture into something else, something simple, right?
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. Because you hit it right on the head in terms of like, if a certain if you always do what you always did, you'll always get what you always got. Right. So it isn't until you change what you're doing that you will get a different result. Like Einstein said, right? What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So good point, Nick. To people that aren't getting what they're wanting, maybe it's time, to do something a little bit different. Right. And if someone was kind of on the fence, like kind of kicking around the idea of joining a program like ours, what would you say to them?
I would say, man, I would say don't wait, because like I'll say this. So, if you like, I've always in my mind been someone to think like, if I don't do this, where am I going to end up at? So like, there's a cost to not doing something. And so if you think that something's going to produce results for you, the longer you wait to do it, then you're actually losing by not doing it.
Makes sense. Makes sense. So it's what we call in economics, the opportunity cost, right?
Yeah,
what it costs you to not take a certain course of action. Love it. Okay. Yeah, it makes sense. What I've said like in presentations before, it's like, how many of you, in fact, guys, everybody's camera on real quick for me, please. Real quick. Put your cameras on for me. All right, there we go. Let's see these beautiful faces. All right, guys, show of hands. Okay. How many of you would, if you knew how to make $1 million, you'd be making $1 million today? Show of hands. All right, I'm talking to the right audience. Okay, making sure this thing is working. Okay, cool. You can put your hands down. Thank you. So is it fair to say that if you knew how to make the money that you want to be making, you'd already be making it, right? Fair enough? Okay, now we're going to do a quick little exercise, and this is going to drive home Nick's point, right? Write down what you want to make next year. Okay, let's write that down. What do you want to make in the next 12 months? Write that down. You too, Kevin. I see you, buddy. What's going on, brother? Nice to see you. All right, write down what you want to make next year. And then subtract out what you made last year. So what you want to make next year, subtract out what you made last year. Okay? Because I want you to take that number and put that in the chat. And we're doing this for a very specific reason, guys, because we're driving home Nick's point in terms of like, you gotta do something different. You gotta change things. You gotta look at your process. Okay. $1 million, Kevin. Love it. All right. Scott says 200. Doug says 111. Very specific. I like that. Garrett says 965. Love it, man. Let's go. Hell yeah. Guys, the bigger the number, the more ambitious you are. Okay. Cool. Carol says 1 million. Okay. Randall says 220. Elit says 100,000. Okay. Now let me put this into perspective, guys, for you. Okay. That is your gap, guys. What that means is that's what you are paying life every single year, not to know how to make the money you want to make, not to have a process in place like Nick does so that he picks up the phone, dials out to people, books meetings, and takes $4 million of listings in 3 months. You guys with me? Okay. So whatever that number is, that's what you're going to pay life over the next 12 years, unless you do something different than you're currently doing. Because if the skills that brought you to here aren't going to get you to there. Does that make sense, guys? And doubling your hours, working twice as much, it's not going to help you. It's not going to help your health. It's certainly not going to help your relationship and your home life. You with me, guys? So is it safe to say, yes or no, guys, in the chat, is it safe to say you got to do something different like Nick did? Nick joined a coaching program immediately upon getting into brokerage, and he has already had results in 90 days or less. All right. How many of you guys, what's 90 days from now? Ooh, 90 days from now is January 2nd. How many of you would like to have 5 new exclusive commercial listings between now and January 2nd? How many of you would like that? Right? That's what Nick did. Nick has been a coach in previous. He's a health coach, right? And he believes in coaching because he knows the impact it can have on someone if you follow a process. Okay. So Nick, what would be your parting advice to anybody? What's your, if you could leave like one message to everybody here? We've got 73 on Zoom and we got another, I think 18 in the Facebook group. What would you say to these 85, 90 people that are listening to you right now?
You should already be in the program.
Fair.
So
Okay,
you have
but
huh?
But why?
Well, one big thing is that Christian's super dedicated to it. Like he said, I've been an entrepreneur my whole life. I've been in coaching programs. I've had mentors. I've been in different industries, and Christian seriously is like so dedicated and so passionate and such an expert in this field that it made me feel comfortable. As soon as I signed up, he gave me a sense of comfort and a sense of knowingness going into the dials that obviously, like I said, there was nerve-wracking, starting the cold calls out, something a little bit newer to me.
Yep.
But he gave me a sense of knowingness and trust, just how passionate and how sure he was in his processes. So I would say just a simple fact to have a top level mentor and coach is why I would jump in.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. Now, folks, everything that Nick has experienced, you too can experience it. Okay. Let me lay some statistics on you. How many have you have a pen and paper in front of you? If you don't get one right now, I want to drop some statistics on you. There is a 97% failure rate in commercial brokerage in the first 2 years. 97% failure rate, which means there is a 3% success rate. 3, count them, 1, 2, 3. All right, it's an 89% in residential. It's 97 in commercial. The failure rate. Okay, now we last year we had a 43% success rate with our students. This year we have a 50% success rate because we can constantly refine. By this time next year we aim to be at 80%. Okay, which means currently, if you do it on your own versus work with us, you have 16 times better chance of turning into a commercial listing agent than if you do it on your own. If you want to continue to bet your life savings, and if you're trying to figure it out on your own and you're coming out of your pocket for savings to survive, you are betting your life savings. Don't get it twisted, okay? If you want to continue to use your life savings towards betting on a skill that there's a 3% success rate in, go ahead. I know you guys, if you're here, you're super smart, right? What we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a presentation tomorrow, breaking down the journey that Nick went through, the journey that other students have gone through to get these same exact results. Remember, guys, 3% success rate alone, 50% success rate with a program that works. Some people say, well, why not 100%? Do 100% of people show up to class? Do 100% of people that get a personal trainer show up to the gym? Do 100% of the people that know they're supposed to be eating chicken and salad, eat chicken and salad, or maybe they have some ribs and something delicious fries, right? Not everybody does the work. It's just like everything else in life. I wish I could have 100% success rate, but I can't make someone want it more than I want it for them. But 16 times better chance of having success becoming a listing agent if you do it with us, okay? Keith says, what dialer does Nick use? What do you use, Nick?
I have Mojo.
Mojo. Cool. Yes, a lot of our students use Phone Burner, Mojo. Anything that's going to speed up your process is worthwhile. Okay. So guys, I'm going to drop in the chat. If you guys are serious, tomorrow's class is limited to 12, but we are going to walk through the exact 9-step process that Nick followed over the last 90 days to pick up 5 exclusive listings. Aaron used in his first 90 days to pick up 4 exclusive listings. This is what we're talking about, folks. Okay, very, very important. So if you guys are interested, go ahead and click on this link. I'm going to put it both on the Facebook group as well as in the Zoom. Okay. But what I want to talk to you guys also about, okay, is today is the first business day of the 4th quarter. Everything that you do from now until January 1st, guess what, guys? That's business that's going to close next year. So this isn't the 4th quarter. This is your 1st quarter. You with me, folks? Because in commercial, the deal cycles are longer. It's not like you're in residential and you're just like, oh, I'm just going to snap my fingers and 30 days later, I'm going to have a commission check. It doesn't work that way. Thankfully, commercial commission checks are 4.5 times the size of residential commercial checks. So it weighs it out. But if you guys want to succeed, if you want to have a kick-ass 2024, click on the link, find out what Nick did, because Nick's got the special sauce. All he needs to do is keep doing what he's doing, and he's going to have 24 listings by this time in 2024. How many of you guys want the same? Okay. Type 24 for 2024. Type that in there, guys. It isn't until you start believing that it's possible that you can start doing it, right? I bet Nick didn't believe it was possible, but he believed in me. He believed in the process, and he did the work possible. All right, guys? Okay, so click on the link. Let me go ahead and drop it again for you. Again, we only have room for 12 in the class, which means, please, if you're not serious about your business and you're not serious about showing up, please don't click the link. Please, we want to leave enough room for the people that want to change their business, want to change their lives, okay? This is important. Nick's in the process of doing it. This time next year, we're going to have an anniversary call, and we're going to see where Nick is. I guarantee you he does 24 or better. The dude is fired up. He's got, momentum underneath him. He's going to start closing this stuff by the end of the year, Q1 of next year, and he's going to start cashing fat commission checks. He already has $4 million that he picked up in the last 90 days. You with me, guys? Okay, and he's just getting started. Nick, thank you so much, buddy, for being here. I really, really appreciate it. I wish you continued success. You're like a model student. All I ask is that you just keep chugging away, and like your life, you won't even recognize what your business is going to look like in a year from now. You won't even believe it. I know, because the same thing happened to me, and that's why I love doing what I do, because I get to pay it forward. I get to help other people improve their lives. You with me, guys? So if you guys are ready to rock and roll, click on the link. Book the call. Let's get going. Let's make 2024 that year, because I know everybody here on this call said to themselves January 1st, when they're kind of like sleeping off that hangover or whatever, right? When they're writing out their goals for the year, if you're smart, you write your goals out on the 1st of January. I bet you all said, this is going to be my year. This is the year I make a difference. This is the year I do something different. This is the year I make the most amount of money for myself and my family as possible. How many of you said that? Okay. Now let's make it a reality. If you haven't done it by now, let's do it for next year. You got 90 days left in this year, and this year is gone. We want to get you ramped up so that when January 1st hits, you have 5 exclusive listings. If you guys are ready to rock, click on the link, man. Let's get going. And so we can get you guys in the class, and we can get you on the path that Nick is on. All right, guys, 24 listings or bust, right? That's what we want. We're going to get you that or more. Okay. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Again, Nick, thank you so much, buddy. I wish you all the continued success. I'll see you in class tomorrow, but thank you all for being here. Love it, love it, love it. I'll see you the same time next week, 5:30 Eastern. Appreciate you guys. Look forward to seeing some of you in tomorrow's presentation. Take care, folks. Good to see you.